Everyone, welcome to Play Hooky with me. My name is Roz, and this week I wanted to share with you a collection of crochet gift card holders. These are super quick and easy to do, won't take you a lot of time, and add a little bit of whimsy to a really popular form of gift giving. I've done these videos a little bit differently. If you've already seen this intro, I'm leaving a timestamp here so you can skip directly to the main pattern. But if this is your first time watching, I'm first going to share how to make the base of your gift card holders, the yarn, the hook, and all the measurements, followed by the main pattern, how to seam the sides of your gift card holder, and then finally some options on if you want to have a closure for it. I think that's about it, so yeah, let's go ahead and start playing some hooky. To get started, let's talk a little bit about the yarn and the hook size. For all of these patterns, I used a standard acrylic yarn in medium weight 4. The required hook size is a 5mm, but I would suggest that you go down to a 4mm to make your stitches more condensed and tight. I actually used a 3.75mm, but that's just because I had it close to hand and I like that size. A typical size for a gift card is about 2 by 3.5. I think these were 2.25 by 3.5 to be specific, but you get the idea. The card holders themselves, I made about 3 by 4 inches. We're going to do 10 single crochets across and then 14 rows high. For the gift card holder, we're going to make 2 sides. Start with a slip knot on your hook, and we're going to chain 11. Skip the first chain from the hook and do a single crochet in the second chain, followed by single crochets all the way across. Once you've reached the end, chain 1 and turn. Work in the very first stitch with a single crochet going through both loops at the top and continue across. Coming to the very last stitch of row 2, insert your hook in both loops, and row 2 is completed. Chain 1, turn your work, and continue this all the way up until you've done 14 rows. If you skipped ahead and missed the portion where I share how to make the rectangles here, this is 10 single crochets for the width and 14 rows of single crochets for the height. A couple of tips here for when you're attaching your pieces. Really do it however you like best, but my suggestion would be to do the majority of it before your 2 pieces are sewn together. For the ears, I did do them after because I wanted the ears to go on top of the seaming, but for the rest of the piece, I did everything before I put the 2 pieces together. So for the antlers, I put it on the inside of the holder. You can actually see where I tacked it on, and with the first one you can clearly see where I was doing it, but with the second I realized you could kind of camouflage the stitching with the sort of indentation of the row. The nose is pretty self-explanatory. Again, I put it on before I put the 2 pieces together, and the same with the eyes. Speaking of the eyes, you could definitely use buttons if you like. If you don't want to embroider the eyes, you could use safety eyes, but I found that the little piece on the back was a bit too long, and I was afraid it would scratch the gift card inside, so I didn't bother with that. But to embroider, it's super easy. Let me show you how I did it. Just go ahead and add some black yarn to your tapestry needle. And then using the rows as your guide, you can kind of figure out where there's a natural spot to create your eye. And I just do 3 passes. And then just manipulate it a little bit And that's about it. And then if you want, you can do whites. I just went and did the same thing, but just did it in the top right corner. And I pulled it quite tight. You can do that to control how thick you want that white to be. Just play around with it and see what you like. And then in the back, I just tie it, double knotted, cut it, of course, and then repeat on the other side. For the nose, I just did a magic circle with 8 single crochets within it. If you don't want to do this, you can always replace with a button. That would be cute too. 8 single crochets. Cinch your circle closed. Finish with a slip stitch. I take the end here, I just make a long tail and use that to attach to the face. Okay, we're going to make 2 ears. We're going to start with a slip knot on our hook. This pattern also works well if you're wanting a leaf pattern. Let's start with a chain of 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. In the second chain from the hook, do a single crochet. In the next chain, do a half double crochet. Next, a double. Working our way back down, let's do a half double crochet in the next chain. And then in the final chain, a single crochet. We want to repeat what we just did, so we're going to do 2 more single crochets in the same stitch. This will help us get around this bend. 1, 2. Okay, repeating the process in the next stitch. Kind of line it up with the other half double crochet that we did and do a half double crochet. Next, a double crochet. Half double crochet. And finish a single crochet. And what I like to do is just add a little slip knot in the end here to finish it off. But I don't knot this. I just make a long tail. And this is what I use to attach to the gift card holder. Okay, let's go ahead and make the antlers. Start with a slip knot on your hook. We're going to chain 6. Now in the third chain from the hook, we're going to do a slip stitch. Try to get under 2 loops. This will help keep it a little tighter. Chain 3. Again, in the third chain from the hook, do another slip stitch. You don't have to worry about getting into 2 loops for these ones, just that initial first slip stitch in the third chain from the hook. Chain 3. And again, a slip stitch into the third chain from the hook. I think these are called picots. Okay, now we're going to go back into that very first chain that we did the first picot in, and we're going to do a slip stitch. Now in the remaining 2 chains that are left, go ahead and slip stitch your way down back to the beginning. Okay. Fasten off by making a nice long tail. This is what you're going to use to attach to your cover. And when you're done decorating, it's time to seam the sides. Seaming your pieces is very simple to do. We're just going to do a simple slip stitch all the way around 3 sides. With the single crochet, you get very uniform stitch patterns, so it's easy to see where you want to put your stitches. You have about 14 spaces here that you can work into. I would not stress too much on this. Less is more. If you are not getting exactly 14, don't worry about it. You just don't want to go over 14 stitches, because if you do, then your piece is going to get a little wavy. Starting in the very top corner, go into both pieces and pull your yarn through. I'm not doing a tight slip stitch to connect the 2 pieces together. I like to have the freedom. If I'm not liking how this looks, I can easily pull it apart and start over. And now we're just going to do a slip stitch, which gives a surface crochet appearance on the top of your work. You don't want to work this too tightly because your piece is going to start bunching up on you and you want it to stay flat. And to stay relaxed, just kind of play with the tension of your stitches before you move into the next one. You'll get the hang of this. Okay, going into the next sort of gap, making sure I'm going in both pieces. Yarn over, pull through, and that's the second slip stitch done. Going into this space. Pull through, and I'm just going to continue doing this all the way to the corner, and I'll see you at the corner. I've reached my first corner, and at this point I'm just going to do the typical slip stitch. I am not adding any extra stitches on the corner. I did try that and I didn't like the look of it. It kind of elongated the corners, and I wanted it to stay as uniform and square as I could. So I found it was just best to do 1 slip stitch in the corner and then move into the next natural gap that I saw. Making sure I'm going in both sides, pulling, and then continuing on. And this one's pretty easy to see. We're now at a length of about 10, and you can use your stitches here to guide you. There are several different ways that you can go about adding a little closure to your gift card holders. You can do something just with a spare piece of yarn, just tie a little bow, either close to the edge so there's no peeking allowed, or a little bit higher if you want to hang it up in a tree. But one of my favorites is adding a little button to the back and doing a simple clasp. I just take a piece of yarn in a matching color, slide it through 2 loops at the top, tie it, and there you go, you have a little button clasp. This can also serve as a hanger as well. I hope you enjoyed these patterns, and if you did, be sure to check out these other gift card holders.